Bozeman is a small but vibrant city nestled in a wide valley and surrounded by majestic mountains. Once known to Native Americans as the Valley of Flowers, it became a settlement for pioneers in the 19th century. Today, Bozeman represents a unique blend of frontier history and modern life, where the wild beauty of nature meets the warmth of a close-knit community with cold winters and mild summers. The city enjoys a fresh and distinct atmosphere year-round. Life in Bozeman moves at a slower pace, but it's far from dull. Outdoor adventures, open spaces, and a deep appreciation for local culture shape the everyday rhythm. Quiet streets, historic wooden homes, and a lingering spirit of the Old West give the city its unmistakable charm. Bozeman doesn't try to impress with flash or noise. It captivates with authenticity for those seeking pure air, a slower pace, and a place with stories etched into its land. Bozeman offers a meaningful and memorable Helena is the capital of Montana, was born during the Gold Rush, 1864, and quickly grew rich, once home to dozens of millionaires today. It's a charming blend of Victorian architecture, deep indigenous history, and easy access to mountain trails, making it a quiet yet captivating stop for travelers exploring Big Sky country. In the heart of northwest Montana, a breathtaking expanse of water glistens beneath snow-capped peaks and endless sky. This is Flathead Lake, the largest natural freshwater lake west of the Mississippi in the lower 48 states. Shaped by ancient glaciers, Flathead Lake stretches across 190 square miles, offering a landscape where crystal-clear waters meet the dramatic rise of the Mission and Salish Mountains. Here, nature's artistry is on full display. Along the lake's eastern shore, a mild microclimate nurtures unexpected abundance. Lush cherry orchards and vibrant vineyards thrive, their fruits ripening beneath the long summer sun. During harvest season, the roads are lined with stands overflowing with sweet, juicy cherries, inviting visitors to savor a taste of Montana's agricultural bounty as they wind along scenic byways. For those with a spirit of adventure, Flathead Lake is an outdoor paradise. Glide across the tranquil surface in a kayak or canoe, exploring hidden coves and rocky inlets. Venture out to Wild Horse Island, a protected sanctuary where wild mustangs, bighorn sheep, and bald eagles roam free. Anglers will find world-class fishing here, with trophy-sized lake trout and whitefish lurking in the depths. It's important to remember that parts of the lake are managed by the Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes, and visitors should obtain the appropriate permits before fishing or enjoying tribal lands. Dotted along the shoreline, of the American wilderness, a place both timeless and urgent, reminding us to cherish and protect our wildest places. Beneath steaming geysers and the restless breath of volcanoes, amid sweeping forests, thunderous rivers, and roaming herds of wild bison, lies a realm untamed by time. This is Yellowstone, the world's first national park, and perhaps its most astonishing. Established in 1872, Yellowstone stretches across Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho, spanning more than 2.2 million acres. But its story began long before its borders were drawn. For thousands of years, Native American tribes such as the Shoshone, Crow, and Blackfeet revered this land, its geysers, peaks, and wildlife as sacred, weaving its wonders into their traditions. Yellowstone is more than a national treasure. It is a supervolcano, a wildlife sanctuary, and a living classroom of geology and wonder. The park sits atop one of the world's largest active volcanic systems, where a vast, hidden caldera bubbles beneath the surface. This restless heart powers more than 10,000 hydrothermal wonders. The punctual eruptions of Old Faithful, the iridescent ribbons of the Grand Prismatic Spring, and the bubbling, sulfurous mud pots and fumaroles. Here, Earth reveals itself raw, elemental, and alive. The park's landscapes are as varied as they are all. continues to shape the landscape, inviting all who visit to wonder, reflect, and remember. High in the windswept mountains of Montana, where time seems to hold its breath, lies a ghost of America's mining past, Alta Mine. Forgotten by many, but once the heartbeat of a silver dream. Founded in the 1860s during Montana's silver boom, Alta Mine quickly became one of the most productive mines in the region. Named after the nearby town of Alta, this site promised riches buried deep within the earth. Miners braved harsh winters and dangerous shafts, driven by the glint of silver that promised a better life. By the 1880s, the mine was producing hundreds of tons of ore, feeding the growing demand for silver across the nation. A small but thriving community soon formed around the mine, complete with boarding houses, saloons, and supply stores. It was a town of ambition, built on determination and dynamite. But like many mining towns of the Wild West, Alta's glory was short-lived. By the late 1890s, silver prices had plummeted, and the rich veins beneath Alta began to dry up. Without ore, the lifeblood of the town disappeared. Families moved on, buildings were abandoned, and the mine fell silent. What once echoed with the clang of tools and the shouts of men became a realm of ghosts and forgotten dreams. Today, nature is the silent steward of Alta Mine. Forests have reclaimed the land, wrapping the past in roots and shadow. The mine still whispers to those who visit, echoes of an era carved in sweat, stone, and silver. The site now sits within the Helena National Forest, drawing hikers, history lovers, and photographers intrigued by its mystique. Though few records remain, the Alta Mine tells a timeless tale of ambition, adversity, and the delicate balance between man and mountain. In the stillness of Alta, you don't just walk through ruins, you walk through time. And in every creak of old timber, every glint of rusted iron, a story waits to be heard. A silver dream, etched in the stone of Montana. Carved by wind, water, and time, hidden in the heart of the American West, lies a place where wild beauty meets untamed history. Bighorn Canyon National Recreation Area, a vast landscape where every rock tells a story, and every bend reveals a secret. Stretching across Montana and Wyoming, Bighorn Canyon is a geological masterpiece. Over 1,000 feet deep in places, the canyon was sculpted by the relentless flow of the Bighorn River, winding through more than 100,000 acres of protected wilderness. Here, the contrast is breathtaking. Arid, sun-baked canyon walls tower above tranquil turquoise waters, while sweeping deserts give way to pockets of lush alpine forest. In this collision of ecosystems, life flourishes against all odds. Long before explorers or tourists set foot here, this land held profound meaning for the Crow Nation. They called it the place of many spirits. For centuries, the Crow people hunted, fished, and held sacred ceremonies within these walls, believing that ancestors watched from the cliffs above. Even today, ancient petroglyphs and mysterious medicine wheels bear silent witness to a deep spiritual connection, a bond woven into the very fabric of the canyon. In 1965, human ingenuity forever changed the landscape. The construction of the Yellowtail Dam, named for Chief Robert Yellowtail, a legendary Crow leader, created Bighorn Lake, a 71-mile reservoir, now at the heart of the recreation area. The dam brought flood control and hydroelectric power, but it also revealed one of America's most scenic untamed playgrounds. Bighorn Canyon teems with life. Wild horses thunder across the Pryor Mountains. Bighorn sheep expertly scale sheer cliffs. Majestic eagles wheel overhead. Anglers seek trout in crystalline waters, while kayakers and hikers lose themselves in the canyon's vast silence. Here, adventure beckons, and solitude is a gift. Beyond the canyon walls, forgotten stories linger. The Lockhart Ranch, frozen in time, preserves the spirit of frontier resilience. Abandoned homesteads and ghost towns echo with dreams and determination. In Bighorn Canyon, history is alive, in the wind, in the stone, in the hush of morning light. Bighorn Canyon isn't just a place to visit, it's a place to feel, to stand still, to breathe deep, to remember that even in a noisy world, wild places remain where nature's voice rings clear and true. In the heart of Montana's wild frontier stands a colossal giant, Lone Peak. Towering at over 11,000 feet, it's more than just a mountain. It's a symbol of solitude, power, and the boundless spirit of the American West. Located in the Madison Range of southwest Montana, Lone Peak was shaped over millions of years by tectonic forces, glacial erosion, and time itself. Its iconic pyramidal shape rises like a sentinel above the forests and valleys near Big Sky, earning its name for the way it stands alone against the sky. Long before skiers carved its slopes or hikers climbed its ridges, indigenous peoples revered these lands. The Crow Nation and Shoshone tribes roamed these valleys, hunting game and honoring the spirits of the mountains. To them, Lone Peak was more than terrain. It was sacred ground. The first European settlers didn't arrive until the mid-1800s, drawn by fur, gold, and the untamed promise of the Rockies. In the 1970s, entrepreneur and newscaster Chet Huntley envisioned a mountain resort like no other. That dream became Big Sky Resort, nestled at the base of Lone Peak. Today, it offers some of the most extreme inbounds terrain in North America, with ski lifts climbing nearly to the summit. The legendary Lone Peak Tram whisks skiers and adventurers to 11,166 feet, where breathtaking views meet heart-pounding descents. But Lone Peak isn't just a winter wonderland. In summer, the snow gives way to wildflowers, and the trails come alive. From alpine ridges to deep canyons, the area offers world-class hiking, climbing, and wildlife encounters. Look closely. You might spot a herd of mountain goats or the golden flash of an eagle in flight. With its beauty comes danger. Lone Peak is known for rapid weather changes, steep drops, and avalanche terrain. It demands respect from climbers, skiers, and nature lovers alike. Today, conservation groups and the National Forest Service work to protect its fragile alpine ecosystems from overuse and climate threats. Lone Peak isn't just a destination, it's a frontier, a place where history echoes in the wind, and where every trail tells a story. Whether you're carving fresh powder or standing breathless on its summit, Lone Peak offers something rare in today's world: pure, wild freedom. Cradled between 5 mountain ranges, where rivers run free and culture runs deep, lies Missoula, Montana, a city of poets, paddlers, pioneers, and purpose. As dawn breaks over the Clark Fork River and sunlight paints the rooftops of downtown, the heart of the Northern Rockies wakes to another day. Here, the wild and the welcoming meet, shaping a community as vibrant as its landscape. Known as the Garden City, Missoula sits at the convergence of the Clark Fork, Bitterroot, and Blackfoot rivers. It's a place where wild nature pulses right through downtown, a rare blend of rugged wilderness and laid-back charm. From snow-capped peaks to riverbanks lined with cottonwoods, Missoula is a gateway to the American West. The Bitterroot Mountains rise in the distance, their trails weaving through forests and meadows, inviting adventurers and dreamers alike. For thousands of years, these lands were home to the Salish and Pend d'Oreille peoples, who lived in harmony with the rivers, valleys, and sacred mountains. In 1805, the Lewis and Clark expedition passed through nearby Lolo Pass, navigating the Bitterroot Range with the help of native guides. Their journey marked the beginning of dramatic change for the region. Missoula was officially founded in the 1860s as a trading post and mill town, but it was the arrival of the Northern Pacific Railroad in 1883 that transformed it into a bustling frontier hub. Timber, mining, and agriculture fueled its early growth, and so did ambition. From a small logging town grew a vibrant community shaped by grit and the great outdoors. Today, Missoula is home to the University of Montana, a center of learning, creativity, and environmental science. Its presence helped transform the city into a cultural beacon where writers, artists, and musicians thrive. From the pages of Norman Maclean's A River Runs Through It to the lively sounds of folk and jazz echoing downtown, Missoula pulses with a unique artistic energy. Here, the outdoors isn't a getaway, it's a way of life. Missoula offers world-class fly fishing, whitewater kayaking, mountain biking, and hiking, all just minutes from your doorstep. Whether you're scaling Mount Sentinel, casting into the Blackfoot, or floating beneath a golden sunset, the landscape becomes your playground. But what truly defines Missoula is its spirit. It's a community where strangers say hello, where local matters, and where passion for people and planet runs deep. From climate activism to craft beer, there's a shared heartbeat here, equal parts old soul and new energy. Missoula is more than a place, it's a feeling. A river town with mountain roots. A meeting point between past and future. And for those who wander here, it leaves a mark that never quite fades. In the very center of Montana, surrounded by rolling prairies and isolated peaks, lies a hidden gem, Lewistown. A town where frontier spirit, natural beauty, and small-town charm converge in perfect harmony. Nestled in the Judith Basin, Lewistown is encircled by 5 island mountain ranges: the Big Snowy, Judith, Little Snowy, North Moccasin, and South Moccasin Mountains. These isolated peaks rise like sentinels from the prairie, creating a landscape both intimate and infinite. And through it all winds Big Spring Creek, a blue ribbon trout stream born from one of the largest freshwater springs in the state. For generations, this land was the domain of the Blackfeet, Crow, and Nez Perce tribes, rich hunting grounds and sacred places woven into their cultural identity. Later, explorers like Meriwether Lewis passed through the region, and fur trappers followed, lured by the promise of abundant game and untamed land. The town itself was born in the late 1800s as homesteaders pushed into central Montana. But it was the arrival of the Milwaukee Road Railroad in the early 1900s that truly put Lewistown on the map. With it came prosperity, rail workers, cattlemen, sheep ranchers, and miners, all carving out lives in the shadow of the mountains. The town's elegant stone buildings, still standing today, are a testament to those hopeful early years. Unlike many frontier towns that faded with time, Lewistown held on, thanks to its people and its pride. Today, the town is known for its distinctive stone masonry, its preserved Art Deco and Beaux-Arts architecture, and a community that honors its past while embracing the future. Surrounding Lewistown is a world of untouched nature, a haven for fly fishers, hunters, hikers, and stargazers. The big snowy mountains offer alpine lakes, limestone caves, and panoramic views, and just minutes from town, you can lose yourself in solitude under Montana's legendary Big Sky. But Lewistown's real treasure is its people, friendly, grounded, and fiercely proud of their town. From the Chokecherry Festival to the Central Montana Fair, there's always a reason to gather, celebrate, and share stories. In a world racing forward, Lewistown remains a place where time slows down and community still matters. Lewistown isn't just the geographic heart of Montana, it's the soulful center of something deeper, a place where nature meets nostalgia and where the past still whispers through the wind. For those who come here, it's not just a stop on the map, it's a return to something real. Tucked at the edge of the Rockies and cradled by forested hills, Whitefish Lake is more than a postcard-perfect destination. It's a living canvas of Montana's alpine magic. As the sun rises, gentle mist lifts from still waters, revealing a shimmering reflection of mountains that have stood watch for ages. Carved by the slow-moving ice of ancient glaciers, Whitefish Lake stretches nearly 7 miles long, just north of the spirited town of Whitefish. Nestled among the peaks of the Whitefish Range and only a short distance from Glacier National Park, the lake sits at the intersection of wilderness and welcome. Here, the wild isn't a distant memory. It begins right at the water's edge, stretching into dense forests and rolling hills. Long before roads or railways, the Salish and Kootenai peoples called this place home. They fished the lake's clear waters, hunted in the surrounding forests, and gathered sweet huckleberries along the hillsides. The name Whitefish itself is a tribute to the abundance of fish that once filled these waters. In the early 1800s, trappers and explorers arrived, drawn by the promise of untamed land, and Whitefish Lake became woven into the larger story of the American frontier. Transformation came with the Great Northern Railway in the early 20th century. Logging camps sprang up, and the town of Whitefish took root along the southern shore. Locals called it Stumptown, for the countless trees felled during the boom. Yet even as industry changed the landscape, nature reclaimed its rhythm, and the lake endured. Today, Whitefish Lake is a sanctuary for outdoor adventure and quiet reflection. In summer, swimmers, kayakers, and sailors glide across crystalline waters. In winter, snow blankets the lake, turning it into a frozen wonderland. Whether fishing at dawn or picnicking at sunset, every visit is an invitation to slow down and savor the moment. Just beyond the town, Whitefish Lake State Park offers peaceful trails, lakeside campsites, and a front-row seat to Montana's wild beauty. Ongoing conservation efforts protect the shoreline and nurture native species, ensuring this alpine treasure endures for generations. For the people who live here and those who visit, Whitefish Lake is more than a scenic backdrop. It's a source of connection and community, a place where memories are made and the spirit of Montana lives on. In the gentle lapping of waves, the silhouette of mountains at dusk, and the laughter echoing from docks, Whitefish Lake captures the wild, enduring heart of the Big Sky country.